I am the King of France. King Louis was my late brother. And you, Scott Bradley, I welcome you to my court here in Paris. I am the King of France. King Charles stayed here in my palace. You will share a room with the heads of state here in my gold palace. Scott Bradley, I want you to join my court as my chief executioner here in France. You shall travel the world with me. We have much traveling to do. I have many heads to roll. I want many heads to roll. And I want you, Scott Bradley, to be my chief executioner here in France. You will travel around France in my gold coach with heads of state and kings and queens who will reside here in my gold palace. Scott Bradley, you are to be my chief executioner of the bloody guillotine. I want plenty of heads to roll. And you will be the man to do it. I rely on your services. I rely on you greatly. You will be escorted to my king's bedchamber, and there you shall be wined and dined for the night. And you will rise at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you will have a tour of the palace, and I will show you who I want beheading on the bloody guillotine. There are about at least 10 heads of state I want beheading. And you, my dear sir, very widely known across France. I will have the pleasure of inviting you to stay in my gold palace. You shall be entertained. And my wine cellar, a very expensive wine cellar, will be yours at your disposal. So, Sir Scott Bradley, you will be given a coach of your own. And there, you will be entertained by all the queens and heads of state before retiring to the bedchamber last, inherited by King Charles and King Louis of France, who, incidentally, is my late great brother. I had to have him beheaded. He didn't pay the tax. The tax that I need, he never paid. I had to have him beheaded, and Scott Bradley, you will be my chief executioner here in my palace. You will be wined and dined and given a gold bedchamber. I want you here. You are much talked about all over France, and I need you here to do beheading. Heads will roll. I want you to roll the heads. Heads must roll. And you, Scott Bradley, you are my chief executioner of the bloody guillotine. You will be woken at 6 o'clock in the morning to inspect my torture chamber here in my golden palace. We shall travel the world together. You shall meet heads of state and kings and queens all over the land. It will be my pleasure, my utmost pleasure, to entertain you with all the women in the world. Every lady in France will be at your disposal, Scott Bradley. Of course, after you have done the work, or the beheading, I want heads to roll. People are not taking my taxes seriously, and I want to appoint you as my chief executioner here in Paris to do my bidding. So until tomorrow morning, I want to bid you a very good night, and I shall see you sharp 6 o'clock in the morning. Good night, dear Scott. And then you shall be made Sir Scott of France, in my court, my golden court. Until then, Scott Bradley, I will bid you a very good night. Good night.